Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to hit the sexiest of sexy topics possible. If you're a nerd like me, and you like organization and you like things neat and tidy, you're in the right spot. We're going to talk about file management today, and specifically for newer creators on YouTube who maybe have file overwhelm or just chaotic file management systems or no system at all. So let's take a look. All right, we'll start on my desktop on my Mac. And you can do this if you have a PC as well. File management systems are all very similar across all platforms. What you'll notice on my desktop is I don't have a ton, but I do have a YouTube folder. And this is where all of my YouTube files and videos, thumbnails, assets all reside. Now, when you click in, you'll notice I have this initial, we'll just call it a layer of content. These are all folders that represent the videos that I've recorded and posted on my channel. They're all organized in order, and I'm using the naming convention that is the date. So the year dash month dash day. And then I'm doing an underscore and the title of the video. And that's going to help me know which folder I'm dipping into when I need to move something. You'll notice I also have a master template copy me folder, and this is going to come in handy when we're adding new folders for newer videos as we're making them. And then I have a shared asset folder as well. This is going to house all of the common video, audio, and image assets that I may be using across multiple videos for quick and easy access. So let me show you what it looks like internally within one of these file folders for one of my video projects. As you take a look, you'll see that all of my videos have the same exact folder structure right over here. There is a folder for A-roll, specifically just the talking head, which is what you're seeing right now. B-roll, which is me either doing a screen share or some other kind of B-roll, maybe pulled from Canva or another third-party source that's there as a design element to help break up the monotony. And also, this folder contains all of the animated text movie files that I've also been using from Canva. Now, if you want to see a beginner tutorial on how to use B-roll and animated text from Canva, you can check out the video right over here. Beneath that, I have audio assets, image assets, which are essentially screenshots or GIFs that I'm using for my videos. And then beneath that, we have our shared assets that I just talked about. And again, this will include common video, image, and audio assets that I may be using across multiple videos. This is going to show up in every single project folder so that I can get to those assets quickly. Beneath that, I'm going to have assets for my thumbnail. So these are going to be the raw images, screenshots that I'm taking of the videos that I'm specifically recording for my thumbnails. So these are what it will look like before I dump it into Canva. It's just the raw version of it. And this is a good way to house those assets in case you need to change your thumbnail down the road. You can simply pull from one of these existing raw images. And then down here at the bottom, we have our two folders for the final products. So I've got a final thumbnail folder and a final video render. So these are going to be the final products that I end up uploading on my YouTube channel, and that's where they will reside. Now, what's unique about how I labeled these is I wanted them in a very specific order. So I put a numeric value in front of each folder so that it auto sorts for me. So you'll notice I have my A-roll and B-roll. I want those at the top, A-roll first, then B-roll. I put a 1 before to help keep those at the top. And then beneath that for audio, image, shared, and thumbnail, I have that 2 designation there, and that's going to auto sort them. And then finally beneath that, I put a 3 in front of thumbnail final and video render final, and that's going to keep those closer to the bottom. And then I did apply some color coding just to make it a little bit easier on the eyes. So that's how the folders are structured. Let me now show you how I named the files themselves. So for A-roll, I'm labeling all of them A_roll_ and then a numeric value. And that's just going to help keep things nice and tidy. And a lot of these A-rolls is really just me doing this talking head. And I'll have multiple iterations of these because what will happen is I'll have a longer file that I'll then trim down in CapCut, which I may then export as like a rough draft. And then I'll pull that back into CapCut for additional editing. And then for B-roll, you'll notice I do the same thing. I do B_roll_ a numeric value. And again, that just keeps things nice and orderly. And then of course, if I'm doing animated text in Canva, those are movie files. So I'm putting the designation AT before it. And then I'm putting what it actually says in the video so I know what the words are. So in this case, it'll be AT_did you know, or AT_ you get paid, right? Because that's what the video itself shows. So this makes it searchable. And if I do happen to have a situation where I could reuse this, it'll be easy for me to find. Now, as we go down to image assets, I haven't spent much time naming all of these. And the reason for that is a lot of these are screenshots that I may only use one time. So they don't necessarily need to be searchable, and screenshots are very easy to source anyways. So I don't really feel the need to label these. They do get auto timestamped in Mac OS as screenshot with the date and the time. So if I do need to find it, I can just quickly scrub through and see what it is. Now within shared assets, we have those 3 folders that we talked about. And as I mentioned, these are all assets that I may eventually use in other videos. So I want to make sure I'm naming these in a way that's very easy to understand and that I know what type of content it is. So in the video assets, I have a bunch of ones that are labeled B-roll. These are things that I've taken from Canva. And then I also have a couple of backgrounds that I use for different editing techniques. I have my end card for my video. I have different animations like an arrow or a mouse click. And then I've got some subscribe animations in here as well that I may pull into a video. In image assets, I do label all of these and I put kind of what it is before the description. So in this case, I have some backgrounds. I've got a book, I've got some emojis in here, I've got some icons, and I've got some logos for different brands. So I put logo in front of the actual brand name so that I know if I'm looking for a logo, I could just simply type in logo in search and that will pop up for me. And then finally for audio assets, I don't really have that many outside of CapCut. This is just my end screen music that I've been playing on some of my original videos. I don't really use it anymore, but I'm finding a lot of the audio that I'm using in my videos are in CapCut directly that I can just source right from CapCut. Now back to thumbnail assets. I'm going to also include the A-roll of the videos that I'm taking screenshots from when I'm trying to capture pictures for my thumbnails. So I'll include those in here, and then I'll also include some of the screenshots that I'll eventually use for my thumbnails. So I hope this was helpful to see. Pretty quick tutorial on how you can quickly organize your life. As a brand new content creator, I'm sure you are dealing with file overload and not knowing where things are and how to find things. This is a really simple way of just getting things in order. And then as you record your video and as you start editing and these files start to accumulate, you can quickly label them, put them in the folders, and this way you know everything is nice and tidy for use later on. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.